You think about it, you know, you're very successful in your career. Your family and friends know you as being fairly strong, confident, and you're no longer that person. How do you reach out at the same time and feel, well, wait a minute, that's a weakness. There's a stigma attached to it. There's something wrong with you. And while I know now it's all right, then I didn't know.
Depression's a real illness, a brain illness that most people don't understand. It is also highly treatable. We have produced this short video series to help you learn more about depression. This segment is about the stigma that surrounds brain illnesses and that often prevents people from getting the help they need.
The doctor that I was seeing came into the room one day and said, so I have to ask you something. What do you think about talking to someone, a psychiatrist, to see if they might be able to help you out? And her stigma of hesitancy could probably have made me wonder whether I wanted to go see someone or not. So I said right away, of course, if there's a psychiatrist or a psychologist that could help me with what I'm experiencing, then I'm all for it.
Too many people struggling with depression and bipolar disease still remain reluctant to seek treatment or fully disclose symptoms. Too many people see asking for help as a sign of weakness. In fact, it's a sign of strength.
If you have this issue, you shouldn't be ashamed of it. You should have it dealt with. You should get treatment for it. And pretty soon, normal has a way of coming back to you.
It's so important to speak out and let someone know when you think something's wrong so that you can get the help that you need.
Depression affects roughly 21% of women and 12% of men at some point in their lifetime. Yet, most people don't talk about it openly. Because of that, many don't have any idea that it is so common. This is unfortunate because we have many, many good treatments now. They work, they are effective. Stigma gets in the way. We need to overcome it. We will overcome it.
The stigma exists not only in our family, but also coming up and when I'd have problems, you know, in football or in my life, whatever. You just don't talk about it. You know, depression was never even talked about. Obviously, in football, you know, it's a man's sport, and so that's, you know, the stigma is weakness.
I see many people are struggling, not only with depression, but with the stigma they feel about having this illness. Let's look at stigma a little more closely. People often judge the consequences of seeking help and weigh them against the consequences of continuing to feel depressed. Far too many people have a sense that the sky will fall if others find out that they struggle with a mental health problem. And they are very concerned that their work life and personal relationships will suffer as a result of being open about what's going on with them.
I think there are some people that just never will get it, frankly. But I would say most people, when you talk to them about that with any sincerity, and you address what has happened, and you educate them as to what the situation really is, most people, and I believe most people, will understand, and you can educate by talking to them about what's happened to you.
Many well-known celebrities and national leaders are now talking openly about how they've prevailed in their battles against depression and bipolar disorders. There are many positive side effects that can accompany asking for help. Many people find it liberating that they don't have to present a spit-shine perfect image of themselves. And when they share with others in an authentic way, often people, well, they return the favor and they they share what's going on in their life too. Here are some suggestions about how to deal with stigma in a positive way. First, reduce stigma towards yourself. Recognize that depression is a brain illness and it's not associated with being weak or flawed.
There's such a lack of understanding, and as far as stigma, there isn't a stigma. I mean, I view it as a chemical imbalance that happens to you, and you have no control over that. And at first you think it's all your fault. You think that this is, oh, I've got a defect, I have something, and that's not true. And I sincerely believe that.
Second, talk selectively with people about your illness. You don't have to share with everyone, but talking with others about what you're going through often leads to others opening up to you.
You always have certain people who step up to the plate and certain people who kind of disappear. And those who step up to the plate, absolutely. There's just no question that you have the support.
Finally, read about others who have struggled with mental health problems. Then you will really know that you're not alone. Set stigma aside and get the help you need.
Don't let anyone tell you that it's wrong to see someone, that there's a stigma attached to seeing a psychiatrist, talking about your depression, taking medication for your depression, because you're going to feel so much better. And
you can enjoy life a lot better than when you're caught up in a shell and looking down. This affords you to look up, and there's hope, and there's promise, and reach out and grab it.
Thank you for listening, for being open, and for adding your voice to the struggle. We can and we will rise above it all. We will win this fight.